This is February Grace, and this is an excerpt from my story Henley's Scars, which appears in the new anthology Orange Karen, Tribute to a Warrior, in honor of Karen DeLabar. Henley is old now, and so am I. At least that's the way I feel sometimes, when I look at him and remember all that we've been through together. He was a gift from my grandmother to me when I was 4, every stitch in his little body knitted with loving care. It didn't matter that he wasn't fancy like the teddy bears at the toy store, that his arms and legs didn't bend, but were always curiously splayed out as if he was surprised by something and had jumped in shock and frozen that way. It never mattered to me that his left eye was a little bit bigger and lower set than the right, or that his fur was a curious shade of bright orange not naturally found on bears in the wild. All that mattered to me was that Grandma had made him, just for me, and told me he was always going to be there. He was always there, through many adventures and washing machine cycles and dryer tumbles to clean him all up after I had a cold or tonsillitis or some other manner of childhood illness. I attributed superhero powers to him in my small mind, imagining that only someone made of extraordinary material could survive the trip through such hot and violent machinery. I never seemed to notice that every time he came out of the process a little older, that his stitches would be looser, that his stuffing just a little flatter. Sometimes a stitch would pull, and I would tearfully take him to my grandmother, who would lovingly find the closest matching yarn she had in her stash at the time, get out a needle, and begin to sew over it. That's how Henley got his scars, and to me, each one made him more perfect. Each line was a little victory over unraveling, and I always marveled that she left no visible knots, even though knotting the yarn would have been a much faster way to finish off the repair work. No, she took no shortcuts where he was concerned. She took great care of him, and as she always did with me, and the older I get, the more I appreciate not only the craftsmanship that went into designing my little sunshine-colored companion, but the love and affection that went into maintaining him as a stable presence in my life. No matter what went wrong, Henley was always there. I soaked his fur, worn and threadbare in spots, even where there were no scars, with my tears on more occasions than I can count. He never seemed to mind. When I went away from home, he was always my link back to it, to safety, to warmth and love in my grandmother's arms, a magical place unequaled anywhere else, even in the embrace of my own mother. Henley went on airplane rides with me and took long, hot summer vacations. He rode in the car, always seat-belted in securely beside me. He was my first thought in the morning and my last at night, as I snuggled him close under my arm and never let him go. Karen, we all have acquired our scars over the years, and some are just more visible than others. Your courage and your fortitude and your absolute stubborn refusal to bend to the will of this evil thing that attempted to take you from this earth too soon is nothing short of inspirational and miraculous and all of those other amazing words that escape us in moments like this. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for fighting. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for inspiring us and bringing us all together in this extraordinary experience and gift it has been to be a part of Team Orange.